It has become abundantly obvious that people aren't understanding what I mean when I talk about approaching women, and you know what? That's fair. Language and our colloquial understanding of words evolves over time, and clearly the word approach has started to carry with it a lot of baggage that I'm not intending to sign off on. So what do I actually mean when I suggest guys talk to women that they find interesting? First things first, you need to do a safety check. Women are, on average, a lot more concerned about their physical safety in any given place than men are, for pretty obvious reasons. So there will be a lot of environments that feel safe and normal for you that would not feel okay for them. I found that a good litmus test for me is I imagine somebody who is 6 inches taller and 80 pounds heavier than I am asks me for something in this environment. If I would feel safe saying no, it's probably okay. And if I would feel even a little bit uncomfortable, just don't do it. The next thing is what you actually say. The easiest, safest possible answer here is just some kind of comment about the environment that you both find yourselves in. This is a very normal way that people start conversations with each other and is going to create as little pressure or obligation as possible. That said, there's nothing wrong with a respectful compliment. Ideally something non-physical based on a choice that they've made rather than an attribute that they have. Now you always want to have non-threatening body language. Give a little bit more space than you think you might need. Make sure you're kind of like wide and open and even go a little bit askew rather than directly on. All of these kind of create a lower amount of physical pressure on the person you're talking to. If you go the compliment route, be a little bit extra cautious about this because you want to offset the directness of a compliment with more indirect and lower pressure body language. Now, the last thing you need to do is make it easy for them to end the conversation. The way I would always do this is make sure within the first few sentences, I would say something to the effect of, by the way, if you have somewhere you need to be, just let me know. I don't want to keep you here. By you being the one to introduce the idea of leaving the conversation and giving them an easy excuse to do so, you put as little pressure on them as humanly possible. So whether you want to call it approaching or just starting conversations with people, I don't really care. All I care is that you get out there and talk to people that you might potentially be interested in, and that you do so in a way that feels as safe and comfortable as possible for everyone involved.